Hey everyone, this is another episode of Learn with Dotabuff's top 100 players, this time featuring Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden was once a beast, being first picked in almost every game even though she has low mana pool, has terrible move speed and HP. The reason she is so good is her incredible strong level 1 spells. Her aura only enhances that by giving her and her team a lot of sustain for ganks and harass since the early game. She's seen a little bit of competitive play now after the buff to her ult that had a huge AoE increase. Crystal Maiden's skill set starts with Crystal Nova, an AoE move speed and attack speed slow that gives vision in a 400 radius. While the duration doesn't scale very well, the damage does. This skill is usually maxed after the aura and it's kept as a value point until level 6 because Crystal Maiden mana pool is really low, making her unable to combo if she gets more points into Crystal Nova or Frostbite early on. Since she's usually the hard support, it's very hard for her to get mana items. Also, the movement and attack speed low are the same at all levels, making a value point enough. Frostbite is a non-disjointable disable that does 150 damage at level 1, disabling the target for 1.5 seconds with a 10 seconds cooldown. The strongest damage nuke at level 1 is arguably Disruptor's Thunderstrike that deals 160 damage, but it costs more mana, doesn't disable the target and has a longer cooldown. With the mana regeneration from her aura, Crystal Maiden is a beast in early levels, being a mana sustaining ganker and lane harasser. Another good thing about the spell is that it lasts 10 seconds in creeps, making it easy for Crystal Maiden to farm big jungle creeps, getting her a fast level 2. Until level 7, this skill is usually kept at level 1, so she can cast her full combo. Exceptions are made when the enemy has blink heroes like Pop and AM, or when the team lacks disable in general. Arcane Aura is a global mana regeneration aura that gives from 1 to 2.5 mana regeneration for the whole team, and double the value to Crystal Maiden. This skill makes her a roaming beast because, providing she has HP regen, she can keep harassing and ganking without going to base. The usual build goes for at least 2 levels of the aura until level 6, to get good sustain for her and the whole team. Her ult has been buffed a lot in recent patches. It is an AoE attack and move speed slow that deals massive damage in huge radius. It has a prohibitive mana cost, especially at level 1, since at level 6, even if you have only 1 point in Frostbite and in Crystal Nova, you won't be able to cast all her spells at once. Since the range has been buffed, you can now abuse the fog to deal massive damage, since the move speed slow makes her hard to find. Crystal Maiden is usually played as a 5 support, being responsible for buying courier, wards, tangles and other utility items, but it's very important to CM that she starts the game with 2 or 3 branches. The extra mana works wonders when she's level 6, giving her the ability to dish out her full potential when needed. The usual build for Crystal Maiden is courier, obs, tangle and 3 branches, or 2 branches and 1 clarity, when she wants a fast level 2 in the jungle. Crystal Maiden is played mainly as a lane support, but there's a different approach usually done in pubs, the Tranquil's Rush. Some Crystal Maidens like to rush it going to the jungle, killing and stacking a big camp for 2 or 3 minutes, then turning into a roamer with HP and mana sustain. While it can be pretty potent, you can't miss a stack because it really slows down the timing for Tranquils as well as the impact in the game. Talking about item choices, Blink, Force and BKB seem to be the core items, while the situational are Eggs, Ghost Scepter, Use and Urn. It's true that the upgrade to Agony is really good, but without the potential to dish all the damage, it can be underwhelming. That's why position items and BKB seem to be the most popular items for her, and also why Tranquil's score. Not only it gives the sustain already mentioned, but the move speed is really good for positioning. Crystal Maidens are very active in the early game, having an average of 2.3 gank attempts until the 10-minute mark. It's pretty common for CMs to utilize the jungle while traveling between lanes. They will usually get a big creep after a gank and then rotate to another lane. The average is 3 big creeps until the 10-minute mark as well. Since they gank a lot, vision is very important. They will buy at least 2 sets of wards until the 10-minute mark, and 5 until the 20-minute mark, counting sentry wards as well. Controlling the map enhances the success of ganks and protects the safe lane from ganks while CM is hunting for kills. Crystal Maiden's impact can sometimes feel underwhelming. Even with good positioning, it's not hard to die quite a few times during games, but as long as good trades are being made, it's usually okay to die. Be aware that while CM has some potential in the jungle, she is not a Sand King. It's not worth playing passively with her and rush a 10-minute dagger, most of the time. Sand King can dish out all of his ult damage even if he dies after casting it, and that is not true for Crystal Maiden. Not every teamfight will allow you to use the fog to do max damage. My point here is, she is really good in the early levels and the best way to play her is playing aggressively and ganking. If you can snowball your team and secure the core heroes farm, you will eventually get your Blink or BKB. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want, you can vote the role for the next hero. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, subscribe to the channel and follow me in my Twitter, Facebook and Twitch page.